Who wants more of God in your life? Who wants to know God better? Then clap all you want, but decide today, I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone if God calls me to do it. I'm gonna not give up when I'm tempted to give up. Even though it's tough, I am not going to quit. When you decide that in your heart, that's like saying, Jesus, you're Lord, I will carry my cross for you, right? When you decide that buckle up, because God will reveal himself to you. Man, I think God's more eager to reveal himself to us than we're more eager to have faith. Man, if we really want more of God, we'd obey him. We'd make a list of all the ways we could obey him. We'd make a list of all the steps of faith we could take. And I know if we were just to listen to the one thing he said to do, you would know more of God. On the other side of obeying God is where you meet him. He waits for you on the other side of obedience and says, do you want more of me? Man, I'm tired of people looking, myself included, like the Christian faith, like it's rules of black and white and right and wrong. That's how babies and children look at life. What can I do? What dad says I can't do this, so I'm gonna run right up to the line because he says I can't do this. I'm tired of these questions about what I can and can't do. We need to ask questions about how do I get close to God? How do I know God? Man, if you're here today and you wanna know God, look for ways to obey him. Look at the compromises you've made. Say, why isn't it harder for me to follow Jesus? Because if it's easy for you to follow Jesus, friend, you might be doing something wrong. God has called you to a great life of huge significance with supernatural power. And the only way you're gonna draw on that supernatural power is if you're doing something that's hard. Now, I need some people today to decide that they're gonna live a life that demands an explanation to the world. And that's when the revelation of God comes. I want you to think about all the hard times in your life that you haven't given up, all the tests you've already gone through. You wouldn't choose those things for yourself, but were they worth it? Was it worth it? And it wasn't worth it just because of what you got on the other side. Yes, we worship a God of blessing, but the God of revelation says, I met you there. And then there's just something about going through something tough that the next thing that comes up that's tough, it ain't so bad. Come on, he was with me last time. He'll be with me in this step of faith too. But the problem is there's challenging things God's asking you to, but you have not built up that relationship with him yet. You haven't followed through on the last thing he's told you to do, so you feel lost about the next thing to do. You're looking for direction for something new, but you're not doing what God has already called you to do. Or am I the only one who has spiritual amnesia? No. Today's the day where we go, God, are you calling me out of my comfort zone? What is it that you've asked me to do? I need to make sure that I do that. Jesus passes by in front of them, and they're just like, holy smokes. We thought that 2 chapters ago, we thought that you were the God that commands the ocean because you're powerful. Now we're looking at you walking on the water, and we realize, no, you are God. You are God in the flesh. They are now beginning to see, it says that they are terrified of him, and not just because they think it's a ghost. Take courage, it's I, don't be afraid. They climbed in the boat with him and the wind died down and they were completely amazed. Completely amazed. Didn't say they were amazed. They were like upside down in amazement. They were turned inside out. They're like, what? You're God? The God who we grew up hearing metaphors and illustrations by David and Moses and Job about walking on water. You just walked on water in front of us. What? And that's what I want. I just want to know God more. Yeah, the reason why I obey God is not because of what he's going to do for us. Come on, we don't worship God because of what he's going to do. We worship God because of what he's already done. We don't obey God so we can get more from him. We obey God because he's already done so much. Can somebody just tell me today, if God never blessed you again, what he's already done in the person of Jesus is more than enough. I don't need any more blessings in my life. He's already blown me away with how good he's been. God, you've been so good. It doesn't matter if you never bless me again, I will serve you. That's just this idea of getting out of your comfort zone has got to be exciting for us. But what happens is we don't do what God's called us to do, and we get the spiritual amnesia. We forget. We get used to turning around when the wave's against us. We get used to parking our boat and waiting for the waves to die down. And disciples have been wrestling with this since the time of Jesus himself, and we wrestle with it 2,000 years later. Luke chapter 9, Jesus is walking down the road and some guy yells out. Now, Jesus is super famous at this point. Everybody wants to be his disciple. And they call out, this guy says, they were walking on the road, verse 57, a man said to him, I will follow you wherever you go. So Jesus is with this big crowd of people, and this guy sees Jesus, and he's like, I'll follow you wherever you go. Choose me as one of your disciples. He's like trying to get to be one of Jesus. I'll follow you wherever you go. I'm down, Jesus. And then Jesus says this to him. He says, foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. What's he saying there? He's saying you have a lifestyle that you're imagining here, okay? And it's not that. Following me, there's not the security that you're thinking of here, okay? We ain't out here living fat, living large, okay? And you, I love your heart, but I can just tell you like being comfortable. And following me is not comfortable.